And so we come to another top 10. This time on, well, the 10th Doctor. 10 on 10. Some would say that's quite fitting. I would say it's purely inevitable. It had to happen someday, so why not now, eh? Anywho, the 10th Doctor has, in all honesty, probably got the most iconic of all the New Who Doctors' costumes. I love the Capaldi's red velvet and Matt's purple coat, but something about Tennant's instantly recognisable silhouette as the Doctor with the long coat just makes it all work for a whole multitude of reasons. Designed by Louise Page, the costume saw many variations over the 3 series that David Tennant played him, and it's definitely one of my favourite Doctor outfits overall. And despite being only a suit, it's still so recognisable in cosplay. But of course, more on that side of things when we reach my inevitably new and improved how to cosplay on the 10th Doctor. But for now, I'm going to put to you my top 10 outfits that the 10th Doctor has ever worn. Purely in my opinion, of course. So without further ado, let's get to it! Firstly, an honourable mention goes to the post-Regeneration look that the 10th Doctor adopted from the 9th Doctor. I won't lie, he actually looks genuinely good in Eccleston's outfit. It suits him surprisingly well. That's the thing with post-Regeneration looks. They look weird on the new Doctor, but despite this, they still end up looking great in their predecessors' clothes. Number 10. The Tuxedo. Now this is the Doctor does James Bond in his own unique style. I really quite like the tuxedo on the Doctor. It gives him a very classy vibe. Not that he isn't always classy, but this just adds to the visage. But the thing I love the most about it is that even though he's dressed up all posh and everything, he's still wearing Converse. That just gives the whole thing a slightly altered and more casual vibe, but it just works as well in ways that it honestly really shouldn't. Who'd have thought about wearing Converse with a tux? Not me. You'd be laughed out of the hotel or whatever fancy establishment you'd be going to. It's definitely a great look for the Doctor, even if something bad happens to him every time he wears it, which it kinda does, unfortunately. Number 9. The Impossible Planet. Yeah, honestly, this is such an underrated variant of Ten's costume. I love the darker shirt for one thing. It contrasts very nicely with the dotted tie and the shades of the brown suit. It feels less formal than the light blue and dark blue shirt variations, while still giving off the vibe that this man knows exactly what he's talking about. Genuinely such a cool look that was absolutely underused, and I don't quite understand why. The funny thing is, it appears in 2 stories, so that's The Impossible Planet in the Satan Pit and Human Nature in the Family of Blood, and yet in both of those stories, the Doctor ditches it for either a spacesuit or to become a different person entirely. Screwed over, this variant was, honestly. Someone slap it on a Big Finish cover, please. Number 8. Midnight. The last of the casual 10th Doctor looks, I particularly enjoy this outfit a lot. It's got a distinctly 70s vibe to it with the way the Doctor wears the shirt over the collar. It's legitimately quite a throwback to all those earlier styles back in those days, and it really suits him more than he really should. The black t-shirt underneath is definitely a nice touch as well. It blends nicely within the colour scheme of the whole outfit. You can tell as the Doctor thinking he's about to go on a holiday without being a major departure from his usual style. Such a cool and stylish look. Number 7. I have such an almighty soft spot for the blue suit. Introduced in Series 3 as an alternative to the brown suit, it definitely gave the Doctor a lighter appearance, despite the growing darkness he had since Rose left. Masking the pain, people, masking the pain. The suit is so cool though, and the light blue shirt and the red tie just highlights all the colours in the right way. It definitely gives a slight Phoenix Wright vibe, but in a good way, as I love that series. Combined with a long coat though, that's where you get the full extent of the colours, as it makes the coat shade pop out even more. The colours are truly fascinating, aren't they? This is usually the outfit that is drawn into animation or things like that as well. It's a very popular outfit to replicate because of those colours. It's definitely super cool. Number 6. The Christmas Invasion. Oh come on, the pyjamas had to be on here somewhere. It's the most unusual look for a Doctor to wear so strikingly, and yet he suits it so effortlessly. What strikes me in particular is how much of a mirror it is to his normal outfit. You have the stripy pyjamas mirroring the stripy suit, you have the long dressing gown mirroring the long coat he's about to get. Is this a reach? I think not. This is a foreshadowing outfit, and I will die on this hill. Okay, maybe a little bit of a reach, but just let me have this. It sounded cool in my head, okay? But more to the point, Tennant rocks the PJs, and you have to admit it's definitely a great outfit to have a sword fight in. Not terribly restrictive. Number 5. John Smith. John Smith's final outfit is such a beautiful one. A delightful tweed 3-piece suit, ready for a nice night with Joan. Before it all goes horribly wrong. It's very much a nice unintended precursor to the 11th Doctor's outfit, and I adore the cut of the suit and the bow tie, which is certainly cool. John, or well, the Doctor, looks absolutely stellar within it. It's a complex one as well, because the Doctor didn't technically choose it, John did, and essentially John is a completely different persona. But even so, it still counts. Either way, it's a fantastically designed style. I adore it. Number 4. The Hechter Tie look. Undoubtedly, this is one of the very best remembered variants for Tennant's costume, and for good reason. This is like the hero costume for the 10th Doctor, having appeared in numerous significant episodes in 10's era, from New Earth to The Runaway Bride to The End of Time. It's such a timeless look, combining the brown suit with the diamond patterned brown tie and the light shirt. Honestly, the reason why it's only number 4 on this list is simply down to the mere opinion that is the guise of personal preference. But I will never refute the fact that this is like the main look for the 10th Doctor, and he wears it extremely well. All of the light shirt variations have that sense of formality to them anyway, and so it was hard to really pick one, but this one just really stood out to me as by far the most recognisable and well-remembered version, so that's why it's going on the list. Number 3. Tooth and Claw. Going from one of the most, if not the most recognised variant, to one of the more obscure variants, only ever appearing twice for Tooth and Claw and a cameo in Blink. This outfit is so chaotic. It's the most layered casual 10th Doctor outfit, containing a t-shirt which has a brown Henley layered on top of it, which has a dark blue shirt layered on top of that, which is untucked, with the brown suit barely buttoned at all. I wonder why he bothered. It's completely all over the place, and I love that about it. None of the others strive towards this sheer amount of, I may have just shoved this on from the tumble dryer, but I know I look freaking great aesthetic that this just encapsulates to its best ability. Simply stellar. Number 2. The Time Crash look. Okay, it has to be said, I utterly adore the colour scheme of this outfit. It may be simple, but it's honestly amazing, beyond any words that I can find apart from saying it's amazing. I love the deep red shirt with the floral tie, and combined with the blue suit, it just has this mysterious and ethereal vibe to it that I just can't quite get over. Perhaps best known in its appearance in Silence of the Library, this particular variant is one I've always wanted to cosplay, but I've just never had the chance to do. It's just one of those cases where all the colours just align appropriately to create something very pleasing on the eyes. And now, for number 1, my absolute favourite of the 10th Doctor variants, and that one is number 1, Girl in the Fireplace. Whenever I think of the 10th Doctor, this is the costume that I imagine him in. This navy shirt and this tie, it is simply magnetic to me. The Christian Lacroix tie, aka the swirly tie, is my utter favourite of all the ties that the Doctor has worn. It just looks magical on him. And I do wish it could have been worn in more episodes, but understandably, they could only get one of them, so they had to use it sparingly. Fortunately, it went on to have the honour of being the 10th Doctor's Regeneration tie, so that is indeed a promotion. But even so, this outfit hits all the right beats for me. It's a dark palette with a sharp swirl of light. And if you ever wanted to sum up the 10th Doctor, that's a pretty good way of doing it. I absolutely adore everything about this outfit. Everything just works in every single way, so yes, this is my favourite 10th Doctor look, bar none. And there we have it, my top 10 of the 10th Doctor's costumes. I hope you all enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun to make and to peer over all those images once again. It was quite a nice trip down nostalgia lane for me, going over the days of the Rusty Davies era, which still holds a very special place in my heart. Anywho, the video after this one shall be the debut of the How to Cosplay Updated series, where once again I shall help you on how to cosplay the 11th Doctor, Sunday the 21st of June, which may be in the past depending on when you're watching this. Oh well. And on a more relevant note, there will be a new and updated How to Cosplay the 10th Doctor video in a few weeks' time, so keep your eyes out for that. Until then, however, what were your particular favourites of the 10th Doctor's costumes? Do you like anything that wasn't mentioned on this list? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as well as that, feel free to like and subscribe. Anyway, until next time, see ya!